Hello all. Today we will look at some of the in-demand career options for arts and humanities students, or which are some of the unique options that arts and humanities students could consider apart from law, research, civil services, history, which are some other opportunities that they all could look at or consider. So if you are a student who's in 10th grade and wants to take up the arts stream for the 11th and 12th grade, this video is for you. Or if you're also someone who's completed your 11th and 12th in humanities and wants to look at some of the various different opportunities that's available for you in the future, then you also could watch this video and gain some information about the various and new age career options that's available for humanities and arts students. Let's get started. So today we will be talking about some of the in-demand careers for arts and humanities students. But before that, have you all deliberated on this thought of whether to consider arts or humanities? Or do you keep wondering as to should I really consider arts and humanities stream? Should I really take it up for my 11th and 12th grade? People frequently condemn this particular stream and they believe that the stream has very limited opportunities in terms of career growth, in terms of the income that they could get in the future, or in terms of the job roles and responsibilities that they will be offered. But this is not really true. This is one of the misconception or myths that we all have with regard to humanities and arts streams. Arts and humanities streams has various different opportunities that it has to offer, and there are diverse range of career opportunities as well. So in this past as well, students and a lot of people who were really interested in the arts and humanities streams have really avoided this particular stream because of the mindset that arts and humanities stream does not have a lot of career opportunities, which is not really true. It is one of the misconceptions. After choosing humanities, there is a world beyond civil service, beyond law, and beyond research. These are not just the three opportunities that you all have, or these are not some of the career options that you have to consider always, but there are many more opportunities that you could really take into consideration after arts and humanities stream. So today let us look at which are the unique career options that you all could consider. So the more options that you are aware of is very important. The more options that you are aware of, the better you will be able to discover your own interests and make an informed career decision. So that is why being aware of many different career options and opportunities is really, really important. So let us look at some unusual and unique career opportunities in this particular stream. The first career option that I would like to talk to you all about is cartography. Cartography is the art and science that involves the creation of maps. So these days we all use maps, and these days maps are not any longer associated with atlases, or the maps that were drawn on huge charts and papers. Maps are no longer associated with any of this. Maps are everywhere these days on our phones, tablets, on our laptops. And we use our smartphones as well to assist us with various different directions. If we want to reach a particular destination, we use maps. So who is behind this particular creation? Who creates these maps? Who helps us with reaching our destination? Who makes this so simple and easy and accessible for all of us to follow various different directions and reach our destination? It is the cartographers. Cartographers are professionals who are experienced in this particular field. They create maps. They spend a lot of their time on laptops and computers, and they create accurate and effective maps using various different map creation tools and softwares. They also do a lot of field work in terms of finding data points and finding destination points. And they also conduct a lot of research in order to gather useful information about various different places and destinations, which will help them in creating much more accurate maps. So cartographers are involved in the creation of maps. Google Maps or any other Here Maps, any other maps that you use on your smartphone devices or any other smart devices are created by cartographers. So if you are an arts or humanities student, you could also pursue cartography as one of the profession. So you might be thinking as to how do I become a cartographer? What are the various different subjects or courses that I would need to study? So a course in cartography helps you with not just the entire designing of maps. It will help you in understanding how to design maps, how to operate with various different tools and softwares, and it will also help in improving your geography skills to develop and produce various different maps. The best way to get into this particular field is to pursue a bachelor's degree in cartography, or you could also pursue a bachelor's degree in geography, and then you could pursue a master's or MSc degree in geography. There are also certificate programs, undergraduate and master level programs in cartography that you could consider. But considering in India, there are very limited programs in the undergraduate level, but there are plenty more programs in the certification levels. In various different countries, there is bachelor's degree in cartography and master's degree in cartography also that's available, that you could also pursue in order to get into this particular field. So this is like a brief information about how to get into the field of cartography. The next field that I want you all to know about is rural studies and development. So, are you someone who's really passionate about working in various different Indian villages? Do you want to work for the growth and development of that community? Do you want to assist people in various different communities and villages? Do you want to help them with their sanitization, with water facilities, with educational facilities, with various different environmental issues, and any issues that they have at the village and community level? So, if you are someone who's like that and who's willing to work at many different Indian villages, then rural studies and development is also one of the course that you could consider. This course may be a good fit for you if you want to help people in the rural areas of India or any other country. You get an opportunity to visit various different villages and taluks and districts, and you can also participate in various rural and community development activities. And especially in a developing country like India, there is a need for a lot of qualified professionals who are willing to work for village development and for community development, and who are also really willing to resolve issues of various different people in rural areas. So, if you want to help underprivileged people in rural areas, if you want to work for their betterment and for the betterment of the society, then rural studies and development is again one good career option that you could consider after your arts and humanities degree. So you will be closely working with society and various government aided rural institutions. You'll also be involved in working with various different gram panchayats and gram panchayat people, and who's the head of the panchayat. You'll also get opportunities to work with all of them. And this career will equip all the graduates to work in the field of rural management and research, and it will also prepare to take various different measures and policies to bring about changes, to make necessary changes wherever required, and also empower the rural part of the entire nation. So, in terms of education, in terms of environment, in terms of their farming needs, in terms of sanitization, any assistance that they require or any issue that they have, you could solve this problem at various different rural areas and communities if in case you take this up as your profession. So if you're wondering how do I get into this particular field, then here are some of the recommended courses that you could pursue at the undergraduation level. You could either do your bachelor's in social work, or also you could do your bachelor's in rural studies. After your bachelor's in rural studies, you can get associated with various different NGOs, volunteering bodies, or you could also get associated with government bodies and work on a volunteering basis for 1 or 2 months to get an idea of the kind of the work that you'll be doing. If you're not interested to start working after your undergraduation, and if you want to study further, then you could also consider finishing your post graduation, that is your master's in rural studies as well, and then you could look at various different work and job opportunities. So this is again one of the interesting field if you are someone who likes to help the community, if you want to work for the growth and development of the rural community in India. The one more interesting career option that arts and humanities students can consider is design. So if you are creative, artistic, if you do a lot of sketches, drawings, painting, anything, and if you are really creative and imaginative person, and if you want to really get into the field of designing, then you could also take into consideration design as one of the career options. Design is a broad and broad career field. Uh, there are various different fields under design itself, from fashion to technology to manufacturing. There are plenty of options that you can consider. So there's fashion designing, jewelry designing, there's product design, there's again graphic design. There are many more different various courses in designing as well. So whatever we see, whatever we wear, or whatever we are currently holding has been designed by someone else. So the clothes that you're wearing, or the phone that you're using, or even for example, any of the accessories that you use, any of the smartphones that you use, or any gadgets that you use, for example, earphones, mobile phones, iPods, iPads, anything for that matter is designed by a designer. So you could get into the field of product design, graphic design, jewelry design, or fashion design based on what really interests you. So researching about each of the domain in designing is really important before stepping into the field of design. There are plenty of opportunities. In general, a designer needs to be creative. They need to be thinking out of the box. They need to have really good imagination skills. They should be good at spatial reasoning in order to come up with various different sketches and paintings and drawings. And they should also have an eye for detail and should be spatially inclined. There are various subfields in design, like I've already mentioned. There's also tattoo design, automobile design. There are plenty more subfields and domains. So with ever changing technology and booming multinational companies, the demand for designers is increasing at a rapid pace. All of the work that's done by designers are either used, or it's sold, or it's used for marketing purposes, or it's later sold. So designers are required in every field for that matter. If you want to really get into the field of design, here are some courses that you could take into consideration. In order to be eligible for an undergraduate degree in design, you must need to clear your 11th and 12th, or your intermediate from any of the stream. It could be from arts, science, or commerce stream. And you need to have a minimum basic percentage of at least about 50 to 55 in your 11th and 12th. Some of the most well-known institutions in the field of design are National Institute of Design. National Institute of Design has various different courses in all the subfields that's related to designing. National Institute of Fashion Technology, NIFT, mostly focuses on fashion designing. These are the two most popular designing colleges in India. Apart from that, there are various other designing colleges as well. Most of the designing courses at an undergraduate degree require you to give an entrance exam at the college that you're appearing. The course for designing is usually called as Bachelor's of Design, or BDes. It will be Bachelor's of Design in Interior Designing, Bachelor's of Design in Graphic Designing, Bachelor's of Design in Product Designing. So that's how these courses are usually named. So most of the courses require you to appear for the college level entrance exam. Only once you clear the college level entrance exam, you will be placed at the college that you are looking for. At the national level and state level also, there are some of the entrance exams that you could consider. That is UCEED and SEED, that U for university and C for cat. UCEED is the exam, and CEED is one more entrance exam that usually designing students get into. So this is about the field of design. One more interesting career option for arts and humanities students is event management. If you are someone who likes to plan and organize various different events like birthday parties, weddings, or get-togethers, or any different event for that matter, corporate events, small events, anything, or if you're really good at organization and communication, if you really have good organizational skills, communication and coordination skills, then you could also consider event management as one of the career option for you. Event managers usually plan various different events. They organize these events and they promote it and they run this entire event. Events could be conferences or functions or small time events, and they conduct these events for various different audiences. It could be for a particular organization or for a particular community or for a particular group or even for individuals. It involves organizing an event for a particular target audience. They need to be good at planning and budgeting. They have to execute this event. They sometimes get opportunities to work on fashion shows, concerts, seminars, corporate events, weddings, theme parties, birthday parties, product launches. There are plenty of events that they usually work on. So some of the industries that they work with are fashion industry, newspaper houses, corporate sectors, tourism, hotel management, hotel industry, production houses are some of the sectors where they usually require event managers. And a capable event manager can work with various different event management companies, or he or she can also start their own event management company, or they can work they can work as a consultant at various different organizations, or they could also work on their own. Mostly people initially when they're starting off, they work with various different event management companies. Once they have a hold on the entire process and how events are done, they usually start their own company. So, in order to get into the field of event management, you could consider a BBA in event management degree, which is quite popular for the field of event management. Or you could also do a BMS degree in event management. There are also various different certificate and diploma programs in event management that can be considered. After your graduation, if you're still interested to go ahead with your studies and want to pursue further studies, you could also do a master's degree in event management or a PG, that is a postgraduate diploma in event management as well. So in event management, you will be involved from scratch till the end. You will be involved in all the activities with regard to one particular event. So if you take, for example, a food festival, or if you take one fair, for example, you'll be involved in the entire decorating, planning and budgeting. How many stalls do we have? What is the price of that particular stall? And what is the time frame for that particular event? What is the entry fee like? What are the various different events that we need to have? Who do we have to call? How do we promote? All of this needs to be taken into consideration while getting into any particular event or while organizing a particular event. So that's about event management. This is also one of the options that you could consider if you are a student from arts or humanities stream. One more option or one more career opportunity that you all could consider is social media management. These days, everything is digitalized and we all know the importance of social media and how we use social media on in our day-to-day life. Social media handles like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all are very, very popular. Pinterest. These are very popular social media handles. And social media managers are usually the professionals or the person who's involved in handling a company's social media accounts or channels, such as their Twitter handle, Instagram handle, Facebook or YouTube, or any different social media channel. He or she becomes the voice of that particular company's social media channel. So they manage the entire channel. They create posts and they post it. They engage in various different engagement activities. Their main responsibility is to create content for that particular social media page. They write content, they publish content, they also track social media engagements and they report it as well. And they are mostly involved in developing various different social media campaigns and managing these campaigns on a day-to-day basis. So if there is a particular promotion that needs to happen or particular campaign that they are focusing on, in order to engage their audience and followers on various different social media handles, social media managers take care of all the social media accounts and run it well. The eligibility criteria to get into social media management as one of the profession is, right now candidates need to meet minimum eligibility criteria. There is no specific degree, but undergraduation is necessary. But there is no specific degree that you should or you need to have for this particular course. Although there are no specific qualifications that's required for getting a job in this particular field, can usually companies prefer candidates to have a bachelor's or a master's degree. So if in case you want to get into this particular field, you could consider finishing your bachelor's in journalism or mass communication, because that this particular course really helps you in terms of learning about various different devices, about photography, about editing, about reporting, all of this which is required in social media management as well. Also, you could even consider a degree in public relations or digital marketing, which will also give you hands-on experience on how do you market or sell your products, and how do you create various different marketing campaigns. Once you finish your undergraduation, you can apply for various different social media management roles, and you could also work with various different multinational companies. So that's how you get started in this particular role. Initially, to start off, you can have your own channel or your own page, and you could be quite creative, and you could manage your own page, and that could be one of your portfolio to just show the kind of content that you create and how you manage your own account as well. So that's about some of the in-demand or unique career opportunities that you all could consider in the field of arts and humanities. There are plenty more that you could also think of. So try to research more about some of the unique opportunities that's available in humanities and arts stream as well. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you.